Steve, can we say Napoleon Complex? Jerry gets all the credit for tonight. Thank you, Tonya. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate the introduction. I appreciate all of your hard work and your meticulous attention to detail. Tonya handled the who, the what, the when, the where, the how. And I'm going to tell you all the why. Why are we here? A few years back, I found myself fortunate enough to reach a place where I no longer needed to depend on anyone. At the time, I kept hearing the American dream is dead. Young professionals, I feared for you. I was you. At 23, I borrowed $4,000 from my dad for a box truck, and I worked like hell to turn it into an empire. And I'm just getting started. Thank you. So to help, I started to write a book and created a brand called The Dream is Alive. But I had to pivot because a more pressing matter kept calling my attention. I'm from the moving industry, the industry where powers that be see the ones that are in transition as a formality. The bait and switch industry holds your belongings hostage, truck rentals, day laborers, fly by night, and if you do it as an American, they just assume you're on drugs or a criminal. Personal gripe, maybe, but my background in estate sales makes me more qualified than anyone to tell you how deplorable the real estate industry could be. I blame the individual ones, but the more I wrote and the more I delved into the concept of nobody moved, the more I realized it was not the individual, but the industry with a fatal flaw. So you can imagine my validation when NAR came out with a statistic last year that says 88% of clients say they would use their agents again, but only 12% actually do. The industry is an assembly line, taking a client to the walkthrough, then walking away, like they left you on a plank just before the soul-crushing stress hits. Rather than preparation, the industry then tells you to put your name on a non-functional gift, exchange it for your closing check, and if you do that a lot, they give you an award for it. ChatGPT, Google, you pick. Moving is top 5 life's biggest stressor on every list, and there ain't another trade for 50. You want the 88%? Show back up after the emotional amnesia. See what I see. Check on a 19-year-old who moved due to a short sale 3 months after his parents died, who didn't take his dogs out the entire time to go to the bathroom. Create a memorial for the mother who had to clear out the time capsule bedroom that once belonged to her son. And for the love of everything, stop telling people to exchange the keys at the closing table. Throw them in the garbage, call a locksmith day one. And I promise, you will be considered a hero if you tell your clients to video their childhood home before calling any companies in. Because a day will come where they would probably pay anything if they can have that. So I sat quietly in Tonya's office after she asked me if I'd like to partner for a Real Estate Awards Gala. As I looked around, I saw power everywhere. And I don't like that. You say power, and I get suspect. But Tonya's power had periods after the letters. Professional, organization, women, excellence, recognized. That I can get behind. That is empowerment. Empowerment is what her organization stands for. And empowerment is what her magazine does for people. Empowerment is nobody move. A concept I was called to write that I am proud to say sits in Albany right now, awaiting law to become mandatory education for everyone in New York. So I thank Tonya for asking, and I said on one condition. Let's stop awarding those selling the walls and only award the ones selling the memories within them. Non-transactional only awards for the most special that understand care is the new currency in the AI age. And how dumb of it would have been for me to say no. I know the universe better than anyone. Darkness can never overcome dark. Only light can do that. Thank you, Tonya, for the spark. Thank all of you for shining bright in your respective industries. I see greatness walking around here everywhere, far beyond the special ones that are getting awards tonight. Tonight is for all of you. Thank you.